Hey y'all, Nick Horton here, the Iron Samurai, and this is another episode of Weightlifting Academy. The next two episodes are all about creativity. There are two really big myths about creativity that are probably holding you back right now. The art world is what I grew up in. My mom is an art professor. Before I switched in college to being a math major, I was a music major and I was studying classical guitar. And I've been doing this kind of stuff my whole life, literally. I really can't remember a time when I wasn't, practicing how to draw, how to write music, etc. And so this is all very familiar to me, but it isn't very familiar to most people. And these two myths are so pervasive, so standard in our culture, that I feel like it's probably a good idea for me to mention something about. Today's myth is this one. It's the belief that creativity is very like water in a well, that once it runs dry, you're out, you're finished, and you're fucked. This myth leads you to believe that creativity is a precious resource. It's a mineral that you can barely find in the earth, and once you do find it, you should probably hold on to it really tight and be careful with it, because it might just disappear on you. Bullshit! That's not even close to the truth. The truth is that creativity is a skill, and if you want to get better at it, you gotta train it. I do mean that literally. When I was back in guitar school, I would play 6 to 8 hours every single day. When I decided I wanted to be a songwriter, I spent 10 years, I ain't fucking around, I said 10 years, where I wrote one song every day at least, and even recorded it. It was completely done front to back in one day, every day, for 10 fucking years. I'll let you do the math on that. That's a lot of music. I ain't saying all of it was good. Most of it was shit. But nonetheless, the skill was being trained. If you haven't noticed, I apply the same principle to blogging and to making videos, podcasts, etc. Because if you want to get better at something, you just have to practice it a lot. And if you don't practice it a lot, you're not going to get any better. That's just the way it works. That's how skills work. It's not unique to weightlifting. It's just as applicable to the arts. Maybe even more so. For instance, if you want to be a writer, start a blog. Start writing every single day. Put it out there. Do it for real. Don't puss out anymore. You gotta stop just telling everybody what you want to do and start actually doing it. Build the skill. Treat it as something you're building as a skill, because that's what it is, and stop treating it as some precious resource that you have to conserve and hide, keep from people, which really means you never actually do anything.